BMW iX is one of the most radical EVs on sale today, and I must say it's definitely up there as one of my favorites from last year. The customers seem to agree because this is the best-selling luxury EV in India today. But when we compared it against the Mercedes Benz EQE and the Audi Q8 e-tron, it fell short in terms of range and outright performance. BMW has tried to remedy that with this, the BMW iX xDrive 50. In this video, let me take you through the top 5 highlights of the xDrive 50. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification icon to stay notified. Number 1. The iX's xDrive 40 variant has a 76.6 kWh battery pack. That gives it a WLTP range of about 425 kilometers. With the xDrive 50 variant, the battery pack has grown substantially to 111 kWh. This battery is now larger than the one in the Mercedes Benz EQE and just shy of the one in the Q8 e-tron, giving the iX a WLTP range of 635 kilometers. In the real world, this should translate to over 500 kilometers. The larger battery enhances the iX's fast charging capabilities. AC charging allows a full recharge in under 11 hours at 11 kilowatts. An optional 22 kilowatt charging reduces the time to approximately 5 hours. With DC fast charging, the iX can charge at up to 195 kilowatts, adding 150 kilometers of range in 10 minutes and reaching 80% charge in around 35 minutes. Number 2. The bigger battery now powers bigger motors, and that has given the iX a substantial performance boost. The xDrive 50 produces 516 bhp and 765 Newton meters of torque. That's almost 200 bhp and 135 Newton meters more than the xDrive 40. This can push the car from 0 to 100 in 4.6 seconds. That's a second and a half faster than the xDrive 40 variant. Let's see what that feels like. You come to a halt. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the gas. That is seriously fast. The xDrive 40 and the xDrive 50 are both limited to 200 kmph, but the xDrive 50 will definitely get there a lot faster. Number 3. On the chassis front, the xDrive 50 now gets air suspension as standard. There used to be an option on the xDrive 40. And even on the xDrive 40 with the steel springs, the iX used to really handle really well and ride really well on the rough stuff. But now on the air springs, it simply floats over all the bad patches. The air suspension automatically lowers the iX by 10 mm at speeds above 140 kmph to improve aero efficiency. If you encounter rough roads, the suspension can also be raised by 20 mm with a push of a button, increasing ground clearance from 202 mm to 222 mm. And the handling is truly impressive for a vehicle of this size. A lot of that is down to the lightweight space frame construction made out of aluminium, steel and carbon to keep the weight down and keep the platform rigid. Number 4. Now a lot has changed under the surface, but the exterior remains largely the same. BMW has added a few more paint jobs to the color palette, including this storm grey. The front end is really distinctive with these slim LED headlamps, and even that massive grille, which is self-healing by the way, has started to grow on me. Now moving on to the side, the iX50 rides on massive 22-inch aero wheels, and it also gets this flamboyant gold trim on the sides. And around back it remains largely the same. You still have these lovely slim LED tail lamps and an xDrive 50 badge in gold. And number 5. The interior of the xDrive 50 is mostly the same, but why mess with perfection, right? You still get this octagonal steering wheel which takes some getting used to, but the rest of the cabin is simply stunning. The seats are covered in a combination of natural and synthetic leather, which is sustainably sourced, and it looks particularly nice in this light cream color. The rest of the cabin is really nicely bathed in light thanks to the panoramic sunroof, and it really feels like a lounge in here. With all the leather, with the open pore wood, with these crystal elements, it really feels like the best cabin at any price point in India today. When the BMW iX first came out, the styling wasn't really to everyone's liking. But spend some time with it and you do come to appreciate its amazing driving experience, that stunning interior, and the sublime EV powertrain. It did have some shortcomings when compared with the competition, but BMW has remedied those with the xDrive 50. Is it the pick of the bunch now? Maybe a rematch is in order. If you like this video, please share it with your friends, give us a thumbs up, and let us know what you think in the comments below.